Hey there, guys. This is Flamzeron, aka YouTube's Tasuke. Besides Tales of Link, I've also been playing another uh, mobile anime game. It's called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and I figure I should give my thoughts on it since I've been doing it as well, and I've been meaning to kind of talk about these phone games that I've been playing. But it's basically just another version of Tales of Link. I don't know if it came out first in Japan or not, but it came out first here in English before Tales of Link. We got that after, but the two games are at the very least very similar. In fact, I think they're developed by the same developer. So it's like the whole matching thing with like the character card thing, um, like where you get like you summon characters and they're given to you in sort of like a card like format. In terms, you know what I mean? Like you'll see what I mean when you see the character images, because I took pictures and whatnot and stuff like that, and how like it actually kind of looks a little bit like Dragon Ball Heroes a little bit. Um, I don't really play this one too much. In fact, I have been able to master the strategy of not playing this game and then getting a bunch of the Dragon Stones so I could do a lot of summons and get a bunch of cool characters, which has been pretty cool. Like I've gotten Majin Vegeta. I recently got the GT version of Trunks for what it's worth, and the Resurrection F version of Super Saiyan Gohan, and I also got Super Saiyan Bardock, which is pretty cool, and stuff like that. The art for the characters, the general art for like the game graphics and whatnot, I think is actually really good. I feel like the character art for like the different characters you can get is like not perfect. It kind of looks a little compressed in my opinion. In terms of how it's drawn, it looks fine, but I feel like it just looks a little too compressed. Um, and it kind of looks like they're trying to stylize it and make it look like the old '90s, TV show Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, because it's a Dragon Ball Z themed game as opposed to like Dragon Ball Super or just Dragon Ball or its own kind of video game brand. But other than that, it looks nice. It does look a little more cluttered than Tales of Link. I feel like Tales of Link is a little bit more manageable. It might have just been due to my fact of not playing it very often, but I felt like Tales of Link, it was a bit easier to sort of like figure out like what was what. After playing Tales of Link for so long, though, when I went back to play Dokkan Battle just to check up on things, and let the game do its download, um, I was able to kind of figure out like what's what a bit easier because I was already used to it. Whereas at first, I guess maybe that was the reason why, because it was just kind of new. It was sort of hard for me to um, figure out what was what at that time. But it's not bad. I find it a lot easier than Tales of Link. I just click on the thing and like it does damage and I win every single time. Probably because I have like so many like big characters. I imagine with Tales of Link, which now that I've gotten Reed, I've been able to sort of figure out that strategy that if you don't play it, they're gonna give you a bunch of the stones. If you play in a good time, because I think they wipe the gifts. But even then, I felt like the game was pretty easy to sort of understand. I think they want you to match up the colors and whatnot, but I just press the thing and like it goes through. I don't know if there's something wrong I'm doing. I imagine there might be something wrong I'm doing. I might have to maybe replay the tutorial. But even then, I still feel like the game is easier than Tales of Link at the very least. I don't know. Like I said, I might maybe play the tutorial again if I even can. As far as I know, it's like, no, you've already shown that you're good at the game, but I don't remember how to play because I don't play the game that much. The summoning thing is kind of cool. How like it shows Goku doing a Kamehameha, like a big meteor, and like you hold down on it and he charges up and he'll shoot a big blast. And there's a bit of an indicator of how rare the character you're getting is, because he'll go Super Saiyan and then they'll show like his Super Saiyan face and they'll show his Super Saiyan 2 face. And at one instance, I got him to show a Super Saiyan 3 face, which I'm like, okay, so that's a really rare card. And they do this, like the different like categories of different characters, different specials. Sometimes the ones where like if you have to use like a certain, you have to use like 10 or 15 or 50 or whatever to get like a bunch, which I usually did those whenever I would have a lot, because I would usually rack up like up to like 50 or maybe even 100. Um, like the last time I played a little bit more recently now, just because, or rather a little bit more often, and also recently, because I want to try to get some of these other characters and take advantage of some of the stuff that I get. Um, Other than that, I don't really know what else to say about it. They did a crossover with One Piece. I think something involving Dressrosa or something. I think. I don't remember getting any of like the One Piece characters though. I might have missed out on that point, kind of like how Tales of Link did something for Sword Art Online. I did get Asuna there though, so that one I was able to at least take part, but I didn't get like Luffy or Zoro or Sanji or anything. Um, which I guess that's fine. Uh, I guess that's pretty much it. The only thing I can really note is that the game is seemingly using um, a mix of dub and sub terminology, I guess. And I only say that because of the character Salza, who is part of Cooler's Armored Squadron. And this he's referred to as Thouser, which I know that's more accurate to like the pun of his name, because I believe the pun with his name is Thousand Island Dressing. It wasn't originally salsa; it was Thousand Island Dressing. Um, and so I feel like Thouser actually works pretty good there, and that's actually how I would have done it too. I've heard about how some people, I think some people call him Thalza. I think I might be misremembering, but Thouser always seemed like a pretty cool name. But I know they're just gonna call him Salsa. I don't know. Maybe that's sort of like a modern thing. I think this game actually has English voices, but that's the only reason why I say that this game is seemingly using sub terminology, just because of that. For all I know, it could be a modern dubism, because I know for some of the other Dragon Ball Z games, they would occasionally rename characters, I believe. Like Cooler's Armored Squadron, I remember the Naze in the movie, they called him Naze, but then like I think the in Raging Blast 2, they call him Nezu. And they called Dore. I might be misremembering, but I remember like they didn't have like the extra syllables at the end of their names. And I guess stuff like that. Those are the only examples I can think of. So for all I know, it just could be just a new modern take on his name. Maybe in Xenoverse 3, when he actually shows up, he'll be called Thouser, which I'm okay with, because I think Thouser's kind of a cool name. But yeah, overall it's all right. I don't really play it that often. I saw how, which you'll also have seen at this point, where you'll get points if you watch Dragon Ball Super on Daisuke. They were doing the same thing with Tales of Link for Tales of Zestiria of the Cross. If you watch it on Daisuke, for some reason they always stick with Daisuke. It's never Crunchyroll. I'm not really sure why, but that's a subject for another day. Overall, it's pretty good, I'd say. I'd recommend it if you like these kind of games. It's a nice little time waster, and it can be pretty fun to like follow the story, which I still haven't finished, but it's not bad. This is Flames Around, aka YouTube Tasuke, signing out. See you later.